Rising Together, a interesting section for me was around both managing perceptions and then how you say it. And something that it triggered in my experience is I had a woman who was working with me, and she asked me to be in this HR leadership team meeting that typically the next level, the direct reports aren't. And part of me thought, how dare you? I would never have asked in my time, if you will. And so that was a moment where I noticed sort of hoarding information, not wanting her to be there. And then I realized I had one of those kind of halting moments where I should be a little more generous, think about career for her, and say yes to her going. So for me, it was a trigger. I felt like, no. And then how I really had to turn it around, be a bit more generous, and see her perspective. So tell me more about that aspect in Rising Together.
One of the most important things we can do is mix levels in meetings. I mean, where people are seated matters, but also who's in the meeting. And in traditional hierarchical organizations, people attended meetings based on what their level was. It's changed. People now attend meetings based on their need to know. But it's also important to think, how can we get more people of a younger generation into the room so that they can see how things are done at this level.
Absolutely.
Marshall and my friend Frances Hesselbein was a master at this. She always included junior people in a high-level meeting, in a strategic call she had to make. She always did that because she said, how else will they learn how it's done? So you're right about the generosity, but it's also a learning opportunity.
It was beneficial for me to recognize that trigger in myself and allowing and being generous with her. And again, doing it once, I recognized how important it was for her to see that, have more information. So that's, again, a great lesson in my own trigger and potentially triggers that people may experience around wanting to hoard information, right? Because I do think that's something we see, and that's another topic that you discuss in Rising Together, about information as power and how we need to be more democratic with that in order for all of us to rise together.